Ladies and buttholes, welcome to episode 40 of the Nasty Cast. My name is Konner, aka the Nature Boy. I think that's a wrestler reference. Joined by Mike on the mic to my right. Say hello to the folks
Am
in
I
the
on your
world.
right? Yeah, this is the right. God, I'm turning into my old man.
Right-hand
I know
man.
my right from my left.
Who really needs to know that shit?
Just get them tattooed on my hands. The L and then the R. That'll work.
Just to be sure.
Just on my fingers. I go, what is that? I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
I have no alias tonight.
Who needs them?
I have too many aliases already, as it is.
Mine was lame, so we don't need them all the time, I guess. That's 40 episodes, though.
40.
That's a lot of episodes.
That's a lot.
But who's counting? I am.
It's who's fucking counting. It's not like these are numbered when we put them out or anything. And now that we're, are we still going to be on SoundCloud?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we did this last week's episode on YouTube for the first time, and
that seems to be going well.
We've had much better success. I think it's just a better platform because it's a lot more universal than SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So it may not even be necessary to post them on there anymore. Maybe I will, but there's like a monthly thing, a monthly charge that it's not that bad. So it's not, it's not.
See, I didn't know about that. I didn't know we were getting charged with SoundCloud.
Well, they charge by like if you were
to be putting stuff up.
Well, if you were a musician, you'd be like fine. You could upload like dozens and dozens of tracks.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's like a certain like set amount of hour limit.
Oh.
That you have a cap on
if
you are not if you're not paying like the premium membership price.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, these shows are like several songs, like an album or more.
Exactly. So on the very first time, I'm like, oh yeah, let's just upload this to SoundCloud. That's a thing you can do. And it said it's too long. So from the jump, I had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it was the second time. Like you get like 2 hours or something. So maybe it was the second time that it's like, oh, this is way too long. You fell for the trap. You fell for the trap, so give us some money. And so I kind of had to, because I didn't think that I didn't really think about YouTube because it's an audio only podcast. However, I just slapped a picture on that goes for the length of the...
Yeah.
And I didn't think that I had video editing software because I don't fuck with that.
We can do visuals now too if you want it on YouTube. Like as the video goes, you can slap a picture up in a certain area or wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this fucking ugly dog. There's the ugly dog.
Sure, that seems like a lot of extra work. just doing the audio takes about, probably takes about an hour and a half to do it all. That is converting the original MP3 that we have on the recorder to the software. That takes about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mastering, I've got that down pretty well, so that probably takes like 15 total to plug in the songs and stuff. And it takes the longest part, which is like 15 to a half an hour, depending on how well my computer's running. Actually, like doing the mix down, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that adds up, and then just processing the video takes even longer than processing audio. Even just the track that's already processed and just slapping a picture over the entire thing, that takes a good while to do.
Mm-hmm.
To even like whatever mix down that's probably not the term for it, but for video anyway. Yeah, to convert it. But I do have some software and it's really simple and it just came with my computer and like this suite of programs that I didn't really fuck with because I don't fuck with video. But definitely gonna keep doing the YouTube because that's it's just better for everybody.
Seems good. If you people keep commenting weird shit, we're going to disable comments. Just so you know. It can be a fun thing. You guys can, like, recommend stuff for us to talk about even.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, shit like that. We can look at it, maybe recommend a segment that you might want to see, you know, for a show. Or maybe if it's something we like, we could continue it. Who knows, you know.
Yeah.
But don't post stupid shit down there. Or we'll just start not having that.
See, I think just then you, in a way, asked for a bunch of stupid comments. Oh yeah, well, let's wait till
here
this
we go.
shit
Here's
pops
all the trolls coming out of the woodwork now. Oh yeah, really? Here's all this dumb shit now.
That'll happen. That's the thing. You can't, like, say you don't want something from the internet because they will give you they will give you plenty of it. That's what I've learned anyway.
Fine. Post all kinds of stupid shit. We'll just ban comments anyways.
But I like the interactivity of it though. It's people are certainly more likely to comment on YouTube than SoundCloud.
Oh yeah.
And it's just nice to see, like, hey, I'm looking forward to the next one. Like, it's cool, you know. Hey, this was funny. Yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
I mean that's sensible stuff from sensible people, but the internet's full of trolls.
Yeah.
That I don't understand those people that are just there to be annoying.
Yeah.
I really don't get that mentality. It's this new generation of kids that have no empathy or anything like that because they're used to a digital world where there's no consequence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're mean to somebody on here. And, you know, if you're mean to somebody in the schoolyard or something like that, you're mean to another kid or something like that, and you see their face scrunch up and they start to cry or something like that, you go, oh, that doesn't feel good. Sure. You know, but here, there's no consequence. There's no, you know, you're not getting a reaction out of anybody except in text. You're not seeing if you're hurting that person or not. Sure. Or if you're infuriating that person or whatever. They don't feel that, you know, that empathy or whatever you'd like to call it. Mm-hmm. So they just say whatever the fuck they want. And they're rude as fuck and dumb, you know?
Yep. I think that... I don't know.
They're not getting their asses kicked enough either.
Yeah, keyboard warriors for sure.
Yeah.
They're hiding behind their screen name and they don't even have a picture uploaded, so it's basically
I mean, that's
anonymous.
fine if you're a keyboard warrior for us, going to other channels and going, oh, fuck you people, you're not as good as, you know? You know, go to other channels and recommend us to them, like, oh, you should, you know, listen to the Nasty Cast. You should be doing that. What the fuck's wrong with you? No, don't do that. Don't be rude.
Yeah, it's not... I think at the end of the day, people that are trolls, people that are really writing mean shit, they're like projecting the negativity that's in their own lives.
Yeah, that's a good way to put a lot of them. A category to put a lot of them in. There are people that are out there that are just really dumb kids that do it because they think it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just like maybe like they're like doing bad at school or like their girlfriend just dumped them, and so they feel like they need to like let out that negativity to people on the internet, and it doesn't really accomplish anything. That's
it used to be like that. I forget the website, what it was, but you could go on there and you could ask a question, and then anybody else could be on there, and anybody else could answer the question with anything, and you could keep talking, and you know. And I forget what the website was. This was like back in 2008, 2009, probably.
Interesting.
And I would go on there and, you know, answer questions, and I would have my own questions, and other people would answer them, and, you know, people would do that same thing. They'd argue with each other about their answers. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you fucking doing? Knock it off.
Just go ask Jeeves it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Man.
Is that still there?
Oh, yeah. He's probably even smarter now.
You think so?
It's probably almost Terminator status. Like AI.
I'm going to Google Ask Jeeves.
There's ask.com.
Ask.com.
Ask Jeeves.
Wow.
Jeeves, you asshole, where are you?
Founded in 96?
Right, with the cyber age. Ask.
Oh, it's nice and simple. Why does...
I think you're just in a... this might be a search engine, Konner.
Ask G... Yeah, that's what they're all about. They changed it to ask.com.
Oh.
Why does Ask Jeeves... I'm gonna search for why does Ask Jeeves still exist on ask.com. And I don't know. They renamed it in 2005 to ask.com. That's how long It's been at least since I've gone on there.
Yeah. I don't think I've been on there since middle school.
Ask. It's a weird word. Ask. It's a simple website. Ask.com.
It's like Google.
It's quicker. If you're all about efficiency, use ask.com.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for a sponsorship here, all right? Don't ruin this for me.
Well, we're on YouTube now.
It's true, and that's a Google thing, so we shouldn't.
Let's get about 1 million subscribers.
We shouldn't be talking about Ask Jeeves on a Google-owned website.
We're going to be violating terms of service, and we're going to get kicked off immediately somehow. We're
going to be tasered, too. That's a part of the release agreement we signed.
I wonder how that translates into, like, this is talk radio, but, because we're not doing videos here, but I wonder certain things, there's certain things that, like, YouTube's like, no, let's not do that. As far as what's in the videos, they're pretty lax, but at the same time, they're pretty strict on things.
Yeah, like nudity, they don't like that.
Well, no, not even like that. Like, Hickok 45 got taken down a couple of times because something that was, I think, on his like Google Plus or something like that, because it had to do with firearms, or maybe it was because he has sponsors like Butts Gun Shop and Federal Ammunition and stuff like that, and he always plugs those because they sponsor him. And they took down his account because his videos were popping up, I think, on like Google Plus or something like that. So his YouTube account was getting banned at the same time, and they were taking it down. But it's back up now. They sorted it out and whatever the fuck.
Sure.
But like those are videos. He's a firearms review guy, and he gives you some of the history, and he talks about the firearm, and he shoots at his range and whatever. But I wonder if like things we talk about, you know, we'll have that same. Like, oh, they're talking about, you know, whatever the fuck, or even they're plugging a book or something like that. They may not like that. I don't know.
I'd be surprised.
YouTube is so strange and finicky these days. I really don't know what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's such a new thing. No, there's no other website. This is like the first like real like how many videos have like YouTube themselves as an organization made compared to the user submitted content?
Oh yeah.
Or content. Like it's
just like somebody like Markiplier alone dwarfs the amount of videos they've ever made.
Exactly. So this is like a really new thing.
Yeah.
Anybody can throw shit up on there.
Anybody, and that's a problem because like people like us are on here now.
That is a problem.
Aren't you happy? Look what you've done.
Thanks, Internet. Thanks for everything, actually.
There was the other day, Ryan was doing a gig, and it was just a band that was thrown together for the night for them to have some fun.
Okay.
So they don't have anything recorded. They got up on stage and they were doing kind of improv stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I guess the crowd was liking it. And a mother, like a soccer mom, came up with her 2 little kids afterwards. It was like, "Hey, we want a CD." He was like, "No, we don't have a CD. This isn't like a band that we do. We just threw it together for the night." She's like, "You don't have a CD? What are you? You guys are terrible promoters. You're terrible with your, you know." And she started going off on him, and the little girl was like 6, I guess, and she was like, "No, it's okay, Mom. We'll just look him up on YouTube." And he's like, "We don't have anything. This isn't the project that we do, you know." And I guess the little girl went, "You're not on YouTube? Even I'm on YouTube." So just about everybody's on YouTube, you know.
Yeah, it's true. So this is like, it's such a new thing, such a new concept. Everybody can do it. You can you can make a video with your phone these days and put it right up on YouTube, like pretty instantaneously.
Doesn't mean what you'd put on here is worth half a shit, but
sure, you
can put anything. Well, you can't put anything you want on here, but you can put, you can upload videos.
You can get away with a lot of shit.
And audio like this. There's lots of music on YouTube.
Yeah.
And stuff like this.
I noticed as I was uploading the video to YouTube, they have a video editor built into the damn website. And there is a bunch of royalty-free music, including a lot
Is there really?
Of Kevin MacLeod stuff.
I see.
Yeah. Because he's like the king of royalty-free stuff.
Oh yeah, he has so much.
I don't know what he is, but he's a fucking prodigy. What's the word for
a savant?
Maybe he's savant-like. But he knows how to make music. That's for sure. Make like something in like every single style.
Yeah.
And that guy's not making money off of it.
No.
How? How does one do that? So much
Because
time.
he's already a multi-billionaire apparently.
He must be well off. Or he's just like the most selfless guy. We should vote for him for president, honestly.
Or maybe he makes the music and YouTube just buys it from him per song, and then they have it forever for people to use, and he doesn't get royalties for it being used, but he was paid for it.
They just purchased it, like a one-time thing.
Like maybe he works for YouTube. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't know.
Yeah, but there were a few other sources of this, because it tells you who made it too.
Yeah.
In the royalty-free section, and there's about a third of them were his, but there were quite a few that were not.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So they're actually making it even easier than ever because it's like video editing software that's like worth a shit. Like when you actually need to do like effects and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's not cheap.
Can you do shitty explosions and shit like that? And
I don't think I
have words go zing and zap, fly across the screen and spin and shit.
I could probably do some like some text stuff, but it's a pretty basic thing. I don't feel that I don't need anything more than that currently. Just like the audio stuff. You just need simple stuff, and then you're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's like probably one of the biggest like introductions, or before we got to the Idiot of the Week.
Yeah, see, I like that little bit of foreplay, and now we got you on the hook, and now you're like, "Where's the idiots of the week, man? You gotta give us the idiots."
That's why they stick around.
Why are you just shut the fuck up? We want to hear about the idiots.
Let's jump into idiots of the week.
Yeah.
What is happening out there?
My idiots are kind of violent this week.
Uh-oh.
They're so we have an FSU student, which is Florida State University.
It's really FSU.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Suspected to be high on flakka. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, it's a crazy new drug.
Allegedly ate victim's face after stabbing him and his wife to death.
That's
That kind of sounds like fucking what bath salts did to people. It's like ripping people's faces off and eating them and shit.
This must be the new bath salt.
I guess for a minute.
Flakka.
So a 19-year-old Florida State University fraternity brother allegedly stabbed a couple to death, then tried to eat part of one victim's face.
God damn it.
Possibly after taking the synthetic drug flakka. Let's see if I can say this. Austin Haruf. It sounds like like a dog would make. Who initially gave police a fake name, moron, allegedly stabbed a married couple to death on Monday and was found trying to bite off chunks of the man's face. There's a quote saying, "What pushed our Florida State student to do this? We do not know." It looks like Snyder. Who the fuck is Snyder? At Tuesday's press conference, after identifying the man. Snyder tells people that the first deputy arrived at the scene in the driveway of the couple's Tequesa home. The suspect was on top of our victim, clutching him in a bear hug and biting him in the face.
That's crazy.
The deputy shot him with a taser, and that didn't work. Another deputy got there. The two deputies then engaged the suspect, and they said they used every bit of strength they had. He added, it was an impossible task to get him off the victim, and another officer from a nearby municipality?
Mm-hmm.
Is that I don't know that fucking word.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Arrived and deployed a dog on him and tried to get him off. Then finally, after minutes of fighting, they were able to get the offender off the victim, but the victim was dead. Wow. The deceased are John Joseph Stevens III, 59, and 53-year-old Michelle Karen Mishkon.
Wow, old people, huh? Older people.
They're not old.
Older people.
They're older.
Sorry. Like that's
how
weird.
Rude.
I didn't know if it was like homies and there was a fight.
No, it was an older married couple, I guess.
Wow.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
So the dude allegedly attacked the couple as they sat in their open garage and called the incident a random and unprovoked attack. He said deputies found the woman dead in the garage. This guy has been charged with 1 count of aggravated battery, but will be charged with home invasion and 2 counts of murder. However, there's a chance that Harnauf could die in the hospital as a result of either sustained trauma from officers or a drug overdose.
Wow.
He's heavily sedated. Last night he was intubated, so I guess that's probably they put tubes in down his windpipe to breathe.
Oh, okay.
Make his lungs breathe. Yeah, it's assisted breathing.
Okay.
The dude doesn't have a lawyer and has not entered a plea.
Oh, he doesn't have a lawyer, huh?
Obviously, there's been no motive determined for the attack. The kid apparently was out to dinner with his mother and father around 8:30 p.m. prior to the attack, but allegedly became upset about the slow service. Here we go again with these morons. Getting upset about something like, fuck you. Good God. I'm not getting my food fast enough. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Talk to your parents. Visit with them. That's why you're there, idiot. And he stormed out of the restaurant. Let's see. He said at the press conference that this prompted his fraternity brothers to go searching the neighborhood for him. He walked from the restaurant and, for reasons we don't know, inexplicably turned down the residential street where our 2 victims lived. Let's see. I guess the couple was known to sit in their garage with the door open at night. I know a lot of people that do that kind of shit.
Yeah. It's a good old American pastime.
He carries a switchblade. He began stabbing and assaulting both the husband and the wife. Switchblades are illegal. I wonder if that's just in the state of... I wonder what states a switchblade is technically illegal.
It's probably fine in Florida.
A switchblade is categorized as an assisted opening blade. Something you could flip open. Even if it's not assisted, if it's just a loose open blade that you can flip and it'll lock, that's a switchblade. You can't be able to flip it open with one hand like that.
Oh.
That's technically a switchblade.
You need 2 hands?
You need to have to... Generally? The blade can't be opened that easily, yeah.
Wow.
So it has to have some kind of restraint on it.
Okay.
So the guy was... Obviously, he was cited as being abnormally strong during the attack. Taken to a hospital where he made animal-like noises, including grunting and growling, and was incoherent.
Whoa.
Evidence showed that the male victim tried to fight back and that multiple weapons were used in the attack. My God, this article just keeps going. I didn't know this was this long. I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
Let's see. The man suffered an unusual amount of trauma. Stab wounds, blunt force wounds to the body and head. The incident, like we were saying a second ago, it's the same like in the 2012 case. I think it was like Rudy Eugene, who bit off parts of the homeless man's face.
Oh, yeah.
But in that case, the dude lived. The victim lived.
Whoa, yeah.
And that guy was on bath salts. I think... Actually, maybe that guy was... I think he tested positive for something else. I don't remember.
Something he mixed with bath salts?
Maybe, or maybe he was on something else altogether. Oh, man.
Interesting.
So that's that guy. The article goes on a little longer, but you've gotten the gist of it.
Sure.
The dude is supposedly to have been on Flacco.
So this stuff is like called alpha PVP. That's the Flocka.
Seriously?
Chemical. It's a big long. The PVP is just like a shortened thing.
Okay.
I found like 3 different sites you could buy it on. Mostly from China.
You can buy anything from China, man.
Right.
You can get it sent here.
It's madness.
That's why all their fucking Olympians are testing positive for fucking drugs. No, not all of them. Some of them have, though.
Yeah, they just want to win. Alpha pyrrolidinopenthiophenone. That's the full thing. Well, I don't know what the V is all about. There's no V in there. Alpha PVP. Whatever. Yeah, new drugs are weird. It sounds like a research kind of chemical. It's like a synthesized version of common drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, they synthesize it in a different way. Like they change like one or two molecules around. So it's not like the exact chemical.
Yeah.
Like the meth would have, for instance. But they're having unintended results.
Zombie drug.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Sounds like some like crazy, like more intense, like PCP. Or
I can't
something.
imagine how crazy you have to be to have the impulse to start biting on somebody else and eating them.
Yeah.
That's like I can't even imagine that. I can imagine a lot of situations in my head. That one I can't picture. What would drive you to do that?
Can you even imagine like biting someone's skin to the point that like you break through and like take off a chunk?
I mean, maybe if you're in a life or death situation, you're fighting for your life.
Oh yeah, that's it though.
Yeah, that's all I can think of, and you're only doing that to try to, maybe disable an arm or something like that, or bite off some fingers or something.
Yeah. Bite off fingers.
I mean, if I had the ability to fucking bite, if I'm in a situation like that, and I'm fighting for my life in a hand-to-hand situation, and we're somehow in the point where I'm able to bite you in the throat, I'm probably going to bite you in the throat and tear out your windpipe, as hard as I can.
Sure.
But that's, even thinking about it right now, it's like, I'd have to really be in horrible trouble. I can't think of the impulse that it would take to do that, to be able to clench my jaw on that.
That's a last resort type of thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's like a fight or flight,
Yeah. Bite or flight, more like.
What are we, vampires now?
If we have to be. Mountain lions, it works for them. Or a lot of cats, they'll go for like the throat.
Yeah.
They instinctually know that's a good soft spot. That'll make whatever you're trying to eat stop kicking.
You live over there, Konner?
Am I alive over here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be.
Wake
That's
up.
For sure.
Get some coffee.
I'll just wait for this flocka to get here that I just ordered from China. Just kidding.
And the podcast suddenly ceases forever because he ate my face off. And I'll look like the Red Skull for the rest of my fucking life.
Just fucking bones.
Just bite off my nose. I can live as Voldemort for the rest of my life.
That'd be weird, though. Have you seen somebody without eyebrows?
Yes, it looks strange.
Doesn't it look strange?
It looks really strange. It's amazing how just that one thing missing from somebody's face makes you look fucking alien as hell.
And so I saw a person out on the street. I don't know if they had like alopecia, which means they don't grow any hair on their body, or if it was shaved off, or it was a prank or something. But I saw this person on the street, and I like looked at him and then just went about my way, and then I looked back and like something's like, wait, oh. So I didn't really register that they didn't have eyebrows immediately.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
But just
think about it.
Something is not right. And yeah, no, like it looked like it was like with like a Bic razor, like like off, like shaving cream.
Like
don't want
squeaky
those
clean
things on there. Yeah, it was alien for sure. It's so weird. So I feel like a nose would be pretty alien too.
Yeah, but I mean,
at least you'll live.
Yeah,
you don't need that shit.
So this article is making me really hungry. So let's get into this because I want to know what's going on.
Okay, my idiot of the week. The headline is Omaha dad finds pot brownies, eats 4 of them, says mean things to cat.
That sounds like me on a normal day without the brownies. Just fucking saying horrendous things to my cat. For no reason. He's not doing anything.
They don't know any better.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it's fun.
I just belittle him, call him fat and ugly.
And it doesn't affect their self-esteem.
No.
They don't understand the language. That's the
He's
best part.
Oh, you're talking to me. That's cool. I dig that.
You're a little piece of shit. Oh, who's a little piece of shit? So
it's usually like, what the fuck are you looking at? Fuck you. You all right?
Pardon me. Woo.
You gonna survive?
Too many pot brownies.
Too many.
Just kidding.
Not enough milk with those brownies. A little dry.
I'm lactose intolerant.
That's why I like the brownies a little more fudgy.
Yeah, fuck dry brownies. Same way with cookies. I like them a little chewy and soft. So in Omaha, Dad, who mistakenly ate some marijuana brownies, didn't enjoy the experience. The Omaha police officers were called to a house near whatever, it doesn't matter, around 9:45 p.m. on Tuesday to investigate an accidental overdose. They learned that a 53-year-old man had been unloading groceries and found some brownies in the backseat of a car that his adult children had used earlier that day. The man ate 4 of the brownies.
So he was... Wait, he overdosed? And he had to go to the hospital? Is that what this is saying?
Well, firstly, he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
No.
Right?
He just thought they were brownies. I mean, if you fucking see brownies in the back of your vehicle, you're not gonna, not try to eat some. If there's enough, it's like, oh, I could have a few, and then just tell them, oh, I had a few. You're gonna eat them.
if they're unattended, those things are gonna disappear.
It's like pizza, man.
Exactly.
You fucking find pizza somewhere, you're gonna fucking eat it.
Definitely snooze you lose rules on that. So yeah, he ate 4 of them. The man's wife told police that as she and her husband were watching TV, he noted that he was getting bad anxiety. He tried to call their children, ask them what was in the brownies, but they couldn't reach them. Let's see. Oh, the woman told the officers that she would rather not provide her children's names because she thought they could get in trouble. So while police were at the house, one of the couple's children arrived and told officers the brownies belonged to his siblings. He told them that he was pretty sure it was just marijuana in the brownies, according to the report. Paramedics called to the scene and checked the man, found that his vital signs to be normal, but they noted that he was displaying odd behavior, crawling around on the floor, randomly using profanities, and calling the family's cat a bitch. He told paramedics he felt like he was, quote, tripping.
He was tripping.
He declined their offer to be taken to the hospital. They helped him to the bedroom, and then he got into bed, and they were told to call 911 again if the situation worsened.
Oh, so he was just really high.
Basically.
Someone that never encountered weed.
Maybe
ate a bunch of weed.
Maybe never, and edibles can be intense.
Yeah.
Allegedly, from what I hear.
I mean, what state was this in?
Nebraska.
Oh, okay, I don't know about their laws there, because I know edibles in a lot of states now. Edibles are available and legal.
Yeah. Totally.
So I mean,
it's a good way to do it. However, I've heard that compared to smoking it, when you eat edible marijuana, it goes through your liver, of course, and it turns itself into a chemical that's up to 5 times as potent as THC. So I can't imagine what this guy was thinking and seeing.
Yeah.
But I think it's just funny that he called a cat a bitch. It's mean.
Wonder what that cat was saying to him.
Who knows, right?
How much does weed change the flavor or something? Like, say, everybody knows what brownies taste like. They taste awesome. They taste like victory.
Yeah, of course.
But if you put weed in them, how much does it change the flavor of them? Like a lot? Like a little? Is it like throwing, you accidentally dumped some some parsley or something, dried some herb in your fucking brownies, or is it noticeable?
So I have been to a place where Colorado where it's legal, and I had it wasn't a brownie, it was a cookie.
Okay.
And it was barely detectable, but it was still there. It's almost like you were smelling it.
Okay.
Sort of it's light, but they actually mix it in the butter.
Oh, I see.
Because it's fat soluble.
Yeah.
It sticks to the butter, and they just use the butter in recipes.
I see.
Whatever. You can make anything that has butter in it into pot version.
Nice.
So, but I don't like that because they're really intense.
They're intense.
Yeah, because
that's weird. I would have thought. I thought it would have been a little more chill. You're not smoking it. You're not heating it up and breathing in, the chemicals or whatever the fuck's going on.
Yeah,
you're just eating a little bit of it, and it's like, oh, that was good, good food. I'm gonna trip a little bit, have a good time, like salvia.
Oh yeah, it's certain. Pardon me. It's certainly healthier to eat it.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't hurt your liver like alcohol would?
Well, I don't know for sure,
Okay.
but I know that you're not burning it. There's not
Yeah.
the carcinogens you get from burning plant matter.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
You don't need fire, So, I mean, a lot of people that use it medicinally, and maybe they're older, maybe they don't like to smoke, whatever. It's a lot easier just to eat something, and it's not gonna make you cough. It's gonna be.
That makes a lot more
easier
sense. I never really thought of it that way. Somebody that doesn't want to smoke it, somebody older maybe that needs it medicinally or something like that.
Yeah.
You can eat it,
Yeah, and it takes longer to get into your system, but it also lasts longer as well.
Jeez.
I've heard the effects of smoking can generally peak and kind of decline in about 90 minutes. That's kind of the range of intoxication, depending on your metabolism and stuff. But it can be between 2 and 6 hours maybe if you eat it. So it's a lot more of a dedication. And if you're having a bad time, then it's going to be longer that you have a bad time. And you might call your cat a bitch.
Which that's okay. Your cat's you're not going to hurt your cat's feelings. Okay.
They're dumb. They don't understand English. They should.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe one day they will. Technology.
You're not going to hurt your cat's feelings if you're screaming obscenities at it and calling it horrible names. But they're going to, if you do that from when they're a kitten and then to when they're adults, they're going to grow up with the general sadness inside, even though they don't know what you're saying.
They just get the vibe, basically.
Just be a little sad.
So that's my idiot of the week.
Dig it.
Omaha party cat pot.
Nice.
What else we got?
All right, so this is another pretty violent one. This is pretty fucked up. This is, as big of an idiot as you can be. It goes beyond that, but
Uh-oh.
So a teenager is charged in a killing, burning an 85-year-old Korean war veteran alive.
Whoa.
Or he burned him. They don't know right now if the guy was alive or dead when he started burning him.
Wow.
So Gene Emery Dactus. He was let's see. He went off to Korea in the beginning of the 1950s. Is that when that was? Something like that. I wasn't good in history class. History bored the shit out of me.
Vietnam?
Korea.
Oh, Korean War. Oh, man.
I don't know. I think it was around then.
Yeah.
But apparently he was just a real good old guy, He cared for his wife who passed away. And I think he has a disabled son that's older, like late 50s, early 60s or something like that.
Wow.
So he's a really good guy. And everybody in the neighborhood liked him and whatever the hell. He was a nice guy with the kids and whatever the fuck, So on Wednesday, neighbors alerted Stanley, a neighbor and relative of Dacus's, they smelled smoke and saw fire coming from the backyard of his house. They thought maybe his RV had caught fire or someone had set it on fire. Police said witnesses had seen a young black man running through a nearby alleyway with a red gasoline jug. So Stanley sent his son to investigate, but the camper wasn't on fire. What he found was Dacus's body in the backyard of the home that he lived in for 50 years, engulfed in flames.
Wow.
The neighbors said they thought the camper was on fire. That's what I already said. This is what the guy's being quoted saying. He went around the back, and it was Gene. McComb, a neighbor, saw Stanley's son emerge from the yard. He said, "I could see something burning." Then a guy ran out yelling, "Somebody burned up Mr. Gene."
Wow.
Dacus was pronounced dead at the scene by Birmingham Fire and Rescue. A video taken by Wyatt, W-I-A-T, shows the place where his body was found. Now just a charred black hole, starkly contrasting with the green grass around it. On Thursday, police charged the 18-year-old Thomas Sims with capital murder in the case, meaning that he could potentially receive the death penalty.
Wow.
He's being held on no bond. It is unclear if he has a lawyer or if he's entered a plea. Let's see. Birmingham Police Lieutenant Sean Edwards told AL.com that it appears Dacus and Sims got into an argument before the teenager doused him with gasoline and lit him on fire. It's disheartening to see someone this young go to this level of violence.
Yeah, was there anything missing? Like, was he stealing money? Was
so
it just a random act of...
Let's see. Edwards said to me what he did to that elderly gentleman is evil at its finest, which I agree.
Mm-hmm.
As police are awaiting an autopsy report, it's unclear if Dacus had died before he was burned, but his son Gary hoped so. The only thing I can hope to God for is that he was dead before he was burned, Gary told the newspaper.
Yeah.
You expect your parents to die before you, but to die a horrendous death like that is unimaginable. Yeah. Let's see. Birmingham Police Chief A.C. Roper said this homicide shocks the conscience of any reasonable person. Our hearts are hurting for the victim, his family, and our community. The suspect actually confessed to his crime, but we have not received any logical justification to explain what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious.
One factor that might point towards the motive is Dacus's missing truck. 3 weeks before Dacus's death, his car was stolen from his house, and it hasn't been recovered. He was worried about his pickup truck, a 1999 white Dodge Ram with a blue hood. He was worried it would meet the same fate, so he drove it onto his lawn. The truck went missing around the time of his death, though it's unclear exactly when. Police are searching for it and have said the capital murder charge stems from the theft of the truck. They are also searching for a second suspect. Sims now awaits court dates in 2 cases. The previous unrelated carjacking and now the case relating to Dacus. Those dates have not been set yet. So that's that. And this is where we talked about the death penalty a couple episodes ago, or maybe it was last episode. I can't remember anymore. There's no question in my mind. I mean, maybe is there in yours at that point?
About what, sorry?
About taking this guy's life.
Oh, that's...
For what he did.
That is fucking heinous.
That's horrendous. A stupid fucking kid burned an old man, potentially alive, maybe dead. Still, he killed him and he burned his body.
Yeah. Why would you even burn somebody?
No. Well, I mean, usually you burn somebody to get rid of evidence.
But I mean, the bones are still going to be... It's
hard to burn a body.
It's not like the body's going to disappear and like everything's gone. It's like a fucking magic erase button.
And just like looking at this asshole's face pisses me off. This stupid little shit.
Oh, and that's the old
man. That's the picture on his driver's license, I think. And he was apparently, a great old dude.
Yeah.
It's
that's especially heinous. What city? I mean, the state that he's in, they have the death penalty.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if it's up for,
it mentioned it, right?
But yeah,
capital.
Yeah, that capital murder,
capital punishment.
Yeah, God, I don't remember if it said the state or not. That was kind of a long article, but there's no question in my mind at that point. That is deliberate. That is sick. That
That's one of the worst things you could do.
The kid was already stealing cars. That's one thing. But then if you're stealing cars and then you start killing people and burning them.
Yeah.
Why are you alive?
It's Especially
why have we kept you alive this long?
Old defenseless man, too.
And it's like, even if the old guy wasn't defenseless, maybe he had, like, you know, I don't know, a fucking garden shovel or something. He's an old fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's terrible.
You know, it's... like I said before, I have no tolerance for that. None. Yeah, that's sick.
You shouldn't have any tolerance for it.
No, I mean, to the point of the death penalty. It's like, yeah, that's your consequence.
Yeah.
You've done something so heinous, so horrible, that's what you deserve.
Yeah.
That is your punishment. You will never learn. It's, you know, and I compare it to an animal. As far as, you know, you can't reason with an animal. Mm-hmm. You can't teach it not to kill chickens or something like that. A dog. Mm-hmm. You have to put it down.
Yeah.
But here, in this civilized nation of pacifists, this asshole would probably be granted asylum. And just maybe locked up forever to eventually, you know, 50 years from now be eligible for parole. He shouldn't be alive anymore. You know, I've said it a million times on this show, there's no excuse to take another life. Unless your life is, you know, actually in danger for no reason. Like, you're being attacked, you're being mugged, your home is being invaded. You know, someone's pulled you out of your car and is beating you and you don't know why. Yeah. You don't attack another person. And if you're attacking somebody and you get killed, you know, that's on you.
Sure.
You don't attack somebody else for no reason. You don't attack somebody for words. You know, threats are one thing. That's kind of a gray area, you know. But they're still words. Mm-hmm. You don't attack people, you don't kill people. And that's, you know, like with the extremist Muslims and shit like that. Their religion says anyone that's not their religion has to die. And they just go, okay, and they start killing people. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? How do you not see the wrong in that?
What kind of religion would do that?
You know? So, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going here. I've probably just been rambling aimlessly here.
No, you make good points.
I don't know if any of that is coherent with everything else I'm saying. You know, it's...
No, it all makes sense. Like I used to think that the death penalty should not exist at all. I honestly used to feel like it was worse, and I do kind of still feel like it's worse to be like fucking in a cage where you can't take a shit without everyone knowing. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean?
You're like, if just like
prison?
a life sentence. Yeah. You're like an animal. For the rest of your existence, you are in a cage forever.
I think they're actually pretty comfortable in prison. It's a little more than I would ever give somebody like that.
Sure. I mean,
I wouldn't let them get to the cell. If they got to the cell, they'd be hanging upside down by the scrotum and somebody'd be skinning them alive with a turkey carver.
Is that a real thing, a turkey carver?
Yeah, an electric turkey carver. You never seen those?
Oh, yeah. They have like two blades and they...
It's, you know...
So I used to think that was like the worst thing that could ever happen, especially like a solitary confinement. You would just probably go crazy without any kind of interaction. But someone's got to pay for them to stay alive.
Yeah.
And that's the taxpayers, and I don't really like the idea, a little bit more so than I don't like the death penalty. I don't like the idea of like me having to pay for this guy to eat 3 meals a day, have hot water, have clothes on his back for the rest of his life. So that's an expense off the shoulders of the taxpayers.
They should get, you know, people like that should get 1 meal a week, and if he survives, let him suffer the whole time. That's it. Like I say, I have nothing for it.
Yeah.
No empathy, because there is no empathy there.
They sure didn't
What did you show that victim? Nothing, and then you took their life.
Yeah.
You know, cold and cruel and horrible. So why should you be given any ounce of, you know, civilized interaction with anybody?
Sure.
Why should you be treated kindly for what you did?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You should be dragged across the ground, the horrible rock and glass covered, dirt with a, something around your neck, a leash just dragging your ass to transport you from place to place, and then locked in a cell and just fucking, I'm getting there. I need to stop.
That just reminded me, like, dragging somebody. That reminded me of, like, one of the old timey. I think it was like Wild West, like being drawn and quartered.
Yeah, maybe.
You familiar with that?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Don't they tie like each of your limbs to like a different horse?
Oh yeah,
and they like make the horses run
Yeah.
in opposite directions, and they just like fucking pop that shit off.
Usually what ends up happening is they pull one or two limbs off, or it's like as many limbs that will come off, and then one of the horses just dragging the rest of you.
Sure. That's creative.
But see, a liberal would hear what I just said, and they'll hear my voice started to shake, and I started to get really emotional about it.
Yeah.
And I started going into the horrible things I want to happen to these people, and they'll go, well, that's no better. You're just as evil. You want these horrible things to... No, I want punishment.
Yeah.
For what they did. I don't want that for good people, innocent people that haven't hurt anybody like that.
Sure.
I want them to hurt. I want them to feel it. I want them to suffer as much as possible because of the suffering they've caused and the life they've taken. I want them, they're never going to learn, but I want them to feel it before we extinguish their worthless bullshit life.
They don't even feel any pain anymore with executions.
No, it's because it's supposed to be fucking humane.
Yeah.
Fucking throw him in a chair and don't don't wet the sponge on his head like fucking Green Mile.
Sure. They're not gonna feel any. Like, imagine if, let's say he actually, the cause of death was being burned. He's not gonna feel any of that.
No.
The pain that he caused to the victim or the victim's family.
No, he's gonna be arrested. He's gonna be put in pajamas in a comfortable cell with a bed. He might get fucked in the ass by some guy. Whatever. He's gonna get 3 meals a day, air conditioning and heating in whatever place he's in. And then maybe he's sentenced to death penalty. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's locked away forever with a chance of parole sometime in the future. Maybe no parole. Maybe he's just locked up for life.
Sure.
But, I want somebody like that to suffer.
Hey, I'm curious. Thinking, mentioning, being incarcerated for life. What do you think about, Charles Manson?
Mm-hmm.
What do you, because he didn't personally commit a single murder. How do you feel about that?
Not that he was, put in for.
Yeah.
Like fucking Capone was put in jail. He ordered lots of people to do lots of murders, and potentially he killed people, but he was never caught in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And he was never caught in a situation where he could have been linked to his men doing stuff. He would have alibis and things like that. So he got sent to jail for tax evasion. They finally got him on that. And then he died in prison of like gonorrhea or something.
Yeah, something crazy.
So Manson, I see in that same way. It's like he needed to be locked up. It's like Capone.
Sure.
They're no different.
Yeah.
But Manson's still alive.
Yeah, he's alive and kicking. He's looking like shit these days, though.
He's old. He's an old man.
Still got that swastika.
Didn't he just get married to that young chick or something?
Yeah, but why why, though? I doubt he gets conjugal visits.
And yeah. But so what you're saying with that, I know what you're saying with that. With Manson, now he may have killed people. More than likely he probably did. Let's just say, theoretically, that he never killed anybody and he only ordered killings from his, cult or whatever the fuck. He needs to be locked up away forever for that. I wouldn't give him comfort either. But there's a different mindset between somebody ordering something to happen and the person that does it. The person that can actually take a life as opposed to the person that's sitting in a room, miles and miles and miles and miles away, never sees any of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't dirty their hands, doesn't dirty their conscience or their sanity on that.
Sure.
It's different.
Do you think which one is worse in that situation?
Neither is any better than the other.
Yeah.
But, it's... I would say both deserve to suffer for what they did.
Mm.
I would say that the person that actually was killing people deserved to suffer more. Because you have the ability to go, no, I'm not going to be the one to do that.
Sure.
But instead you did take those lives, or torture people, or, burn somebody, or whatever you did.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Anybody can sit in a room and order somebody dead. Well, maybe not anybody. I don't think I could do that.
Well, yeah.
But, that happens a lot. The political leaders and stuff like that, they order the soldiers to go out and do their dirty work.
Yeah. I hate that shit.
So they're sitting comfortably, their conscience for them is clean. They're sitting having a drink while the soldiers are out killing the people they've been ordered to kill, or, defend, whoever, and they're killing who is attacking and, whatever. But.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy's... Have you seen... There's a video of Manson in court. I kind of don't want to pull it up because it just creeps me the fuck out. Have you seen...
I've seen a lot of that stuff, yeah.
Like, someone asks him a question, like, something about, like, who are you?
It's almost like watching The Joker.
Right? He goes through so many different, like, emotions facially.
Almost like personality changes.
Yeah, like some type of, like, schizophrenia or something seriously wrong with that guy. It's so weird. It's fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah.
I'll usually watch that like once every 5 years. When I'm feeling
once every 5 years.
When I'm feeling like, okay, I can handle this right now. But it's fucking... I don't really like believe in like demonic stuff, but that shit's demonic.
He's one twisted up fuck.
Oh my god. And he's not getting any better inside, that's for sure.
No. I just don't think they deserve to live in any comfort.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain unless you've been through it.
Mm. Have you been through something like that?
I've been through certain things.
Yeah.
And I've been through, that kind of madness and stuff like that, and the pain of things like that, and
so you have a better grasp. I've been really fortunate.
And that also could make me biased,
Well, it gives you a closer perspective though than I have, that's for sure.
It's just when suffering is caused by somebody else like that for no reason, it's sick.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any tolerance for that. That's for sure. That shit's heinous.
Anyways.
Well, I've got another one. It's a little bit lighter of a story.
Maybe that shouldn't have been Idiot of the Week. We should start doing like Homicide of the Week.
Murder of the Week. Welcome to episode 40 of the Murdercast.
Oh my god. The fucking Gorecast.
So
the BDSM cast.
I've got two nifty videos. I'm gonna put them in the description below this video that you're watching on YouTube, and or listening to rather.
They're watching the nice picture of the universe. Yeah,
that's cool. But we can link to this shit. You can right-click, new tab, boom. So a Jonesboro, Arkansas police officer was injured in a car crash near, doesn't matter where it's near. According to a news release, the Jonesboro Police Department, the officer was injured around 5:22 p.m. when his patrol unit overturned while taking a prisoner to jail. The prisoner, 19-year-old Logan Younger, was thrown out the back window of the vehicle. He fled the scene and was caught a short time later. Now, the interesting thing is, I was on Reddit and I saw a GIF of this take place, with no information.
Uh-huh.
And it seemed a lot different. In fact, I'm going to play this video real quick. It was weird because there was no context at all. It said something about playing with fire. That's all that it said. So you see this.
What the hell is in his hand? Is that fucking brass knuckles?
No, it's handcuffs. So you see this scruffy dude in the back, and he's disorderly, just like describing it for the viewers. He's kicking shit.
Dude, I'm surprised they have him moving around so much in there. Usually you're tied down.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken one of those handcuffs off. This guy's way out of it, though.
Yeah, he's out of control.
Is this even the full video? This is not the full video, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So he reaches into his pocket, and he's got a Zippo.
What the fuck?
And he's lighting it, and he's like, how am I gonna fuck with this shit? And then the car crashes.
Why'd the car flip?
I don't know for sure. But that's all I saw. Like, I thought, like, I was gonna see a gif of this guy, like, lighting the inside of the cruiser on fire. But instead, everything goes crazy, and he literally shoots out the back window. Apparently, he fled the scene, so he was okay enough to run. There's another video. Someone on Facebook posted a video of this dude trying to flee.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah. And it looked like just a citizen.
Wow, there's a lot of people going after him.
Yeah. He didn't get very far.
Yeah.
There was just like a dude and like a just a random citizen, it looked like.
Yeah.
Just chasing him down, probably to assist the police. But he doesn't look too hot, that's for sure. He's all scruffed up. The only thing... So the dude was booked on, obviously, escape, public intoxication, which explained his behavior in the back of the car. Fleeing on foot, of course, and minor in possession charges.
That's amazing that the cop left the Zippo in his fucking pocket.
Yeah, they didn't do one handcuff on.
Yeah, one fucking handcuff. You shouldn't be able to get out of those either. They tightened them to the point where you couldn't get them off.
Yeah, he must have.
And then they locked them.
Yeah, he must have let one off so we could re-handcuff him.
And they handcuff you. They put you in the vehicle with your hands handcuffed behind your back.
Yeah.
And the cop cars, that cop car wasn't fitted to be that way, but the seats of the cop car actually have indents of arms, a hole there behind, so your arms you can sit on the seat with your back against it and your arms are like inside the seat.
Oh, so it's like kind of quote like air quotes comfortable-ish.
Yeah, even though it's like hard plastic, the seats and everything.
But at least it's like kind of formed to the shape. Huh.
So you can kind of sit semi-comfortably, not really comfortably.
Probably not.
You have tight, nasty handcuffs on your wrists, and your arms are behind your back very tightly.
Yeah, that can't be. That's not normal. But the only thing is that the cause of the accident is unknown. It's under investigation.
Weird.
I want to know because it's not way common to see.
No, that's really weird.
A cop car. I mean, maybe the officer the judgment was questionable because already this guy was just rolling around, kicking the fucking window that separates the back seat from the driver's, spot.
Yeah.
And all that kind of shit, and he didn't check him for a lighter. He could have had like a little knife or something.
Yeah,
Probably
he could have had anything.
Through. Probably couldn't do much with that, but still, cops need to be on that shit better. That's my last idiot of the week.
Last idiot. Thank God.
We're through that. That was a good chunk. We're already like an hour in, easy.
Oh my God! Just on the idiots?
Just on all the fun tangents we've taken.
Oh crap! This has to stop, Konner.
No, it has to keep going.
No, the idiot.
Oh,
that has
sure.
to stop.
But I mean, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna talk about?
We got quote of the week now, which you need to put a jingle to, by the way.
Oh yes, I forgot. We need to sit down and choose a song.
Yeah, okay.
Or you tell me what song you want, basically.
No, we have to agree on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we don't have Van Halen here, so we have to agree on it.
Panama. Idiot of the week.
No, Van Halen doesn't have. He only has like half a tongue, and his voice sucks. He ain't singing.
He has half a tongue?
Yeah. He had like tongue or throat cancer, and they took out like half of his tongue or more.
Whoa, that's brutal.
And he has like a super deep voice.
Oh, okay.
That's really raspy. And he still fucking smokes.
Mm,
What a fuck.
rock and roll.
Okay.
What else is out there?
Enough of that. We'll move into quote of the week, I guess.
Quote of the week.
It's not a very long one. Last week was kind of a long one. So we just have the one this week. So, the quote is as follows: "A failure is only the opportunity to begin again. Only this time more wisely."
Okay. It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and that's IRO again.
You don't really. There's kind of no way. If you're doing things yourself, there's kind of no way to learn without making mistakes.
No.
There's no way to improve without being bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and that's with anything in your life.
Yeah.
Even if you're, just doing stuff by yourself without any feedback from others.
Yeah.
If you're failing, figure out why.
Yeah. Make adjustments.
It's kind of like how David describes Dark Souls.
How's that?
The game isn't forgiving. It doesn't get easier or anything if you start to die and fail and stuff like that.
Oh.
It stays the same, and you figure out what you're doing wrong.
Sure.
And you correct it, and then you can move forward in the game. Otherwise, the game's not budging.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Dark Souls is so fucking hard.
You can't change difficulty settings?
Because, no.
Whoa.
No, Dark Souls is extremely difficult, and you won't get anywhere unless you fix what you're doing wrong.
Okay.
You have to learn. The game is making you learn.
Trial and error. Damn. That's cool, though. So there's not really like a lot of tutorials and shit?
Oh, there's stuff. Yeah, there's lots of people that play Dark Souls online and stuff like that.
I mean like in-game? Like there's not like...
Oh, no. Not really.
Wow.
Maybe to show you how to play, but...
Like buttons and stuff, probably?
Yeah, it's not like... doesn't really give you what you need to be doing,
Huh.
What are you laughing about over there?
Just that's hard. Also, that this next thing is gonna be funny.
Okay.
I think it will be. Anyway.
We can get into that.
No.
No, that's quote of the week.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Stop the music. So, never before has a member of the male species wished for a smaller manhood until now.
What is this?
Japanese pole vaulter Hiroki Ogita.
No, I know where we're going.
He will be ruining the size of his phallus after a hit caused him to foul during the qualifying rounds in the men's event in Rio.
Oh, he didn't catch it on anything? Or did he catch it on something?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Ogita, was attempting to clear a height of 5.3 meters in Group A of the first round of the pole vault when his leg came in contact with the bar. As he began to drop back down toward the ground, his shin grazed the bar, causing it to wobble dangerously. But it was his penis that delivered the final blow. Pun probably intended. Already unsteady, the bar was dislodged from its holdings when Ogita's old fellow decided to... I like that a lot.
This old fellow.
Decided to make an appearance and slap the metal. The vaulter's arm then collected the bar as it began to fall.
Wait a minute. His dick came out of his pants?
No, I don't know what happened. So here's like a frame.
Oh, there's pictures.
There's a frame by frame, so we're going to look at this.
Ah, Jesus.
So it's coming down.
Yeah.
Bumped it. Oh!
My God, what happened?
He caught it there. And,
look at his face.
yeah, he knew that he fucked up, basically. So that foul cost him a place in the final.
Man.
Despite clearing the height on his second attempt, he was only able to make a height of 5.45 meters with his last jump, which left him in 21st place, ending his campaign in Rio.
Man, the penis. Fucking up lives for men all over, as usual.
So, the last line of this article. If the death of Julius Caesar is the ultimate story of betrayal, this is a close second.
Nice.
It's fairly well written for being about penises.
Oh, my God. I was afraid that he was that's the most thing I'm afraid of with like pole vaulting and stuff like that. If the pole doesn't go back, it goes forward, and it stabs you in the nuts as you come down. And
I've
then
seen that kind of
yeah,
thing.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, on our fail videos.
That's scary
that we love
as
so
fuck.
much. Yeah, fuck that.
Or like just being stabbed and impaled by your pole.
Mm-hmm.
I would never.
I think that doesn't that look fun though?
No.
Obviously not the impaling thing.
No.
Just like using a fucking stick to launch your ass.
No.
They have like
Not to me.
High tech. I don't even know what material they use these days. Probably some crazy
fiberglasses and things.
It's gonna be way fucking strong, way flexible, of course.
Yeah, it's weird how much those poles bend.
Yeah, but like still like fucking snaps back and launches your ass.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty impressive for sure. I think it'd be fun to do it, but probably like maybe on smaller scale.
Do you have your keyboard available, Konner?
Yeah. What do we got?
Here, type in that web address while we're, and I'll serenade the listeners while we're waiting for you to type this in.
You're gonna sing to him?
No.
You better.
They're just gonna hear the sound of my very sexy voice. It's like just like DJ Slow Pants.
DJ Slow Pants?
When you order on Domino's online, and you order a pan pizza, it'll play music when you're waiting for your order, like on the little status bar. But if you order a pan pizza, you get DJ Slow Pants, and it plays like this weird, like sexy, jazzy porn music in the background. Every once in a while, you hear him like moan or say something about a pan pizza. So that's DJ Slow Pants, or maybe this will be like what is it, CB Walker?
Who's that?
You remember that psychic that we were watching the other day? Good evening.
Oh,
that guy.
Oh, did you go home and watch more of that?
No, I looked it up when I was on the job.
Yeah, that's.
I had to know who this guy was. So.
And he's he seems for real. Everyone likes to fuck with him.
Yeah, that's what they do a lot.
That's for sure.
Like somebody called in and they're like, "Hey, do you have Battletoads?" That was a big thing for a while.
Yeah,
people would call, "Hey, I have Battletoads," and it's like, no, nobody has Battletoads.
That was like the prank of for GameStop, right? You would call GameStop. I don't know if this. No, it didn't work.
I didn't think you typed in the whole address.
I didn't, but there's so much.
You're so lazy.
Look at all those numbers.
God damn it.
After all that stuff, 092334235.
Try pulling up their news section, and then try pulling up the article title.
Oh yeah, I'll just search for that specific.
So right now we're attempting to search for a video of a squid that you may not see, but we might. I don't know if I can convince Konner to make the picture of this squid the thumbnail for the video, or maybe like the background for the whole NastyCast video.
We could do that
for a while.
Let's see if the keyboard would work, though. That's probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, but that's not right.
It looks cancerous. Get that checked out.
Unique squid. That should be enough, right?
Unique squid.
Hey, there it is.
Scientists fascinated. That looks like it.
And there's a video, I assume?
That is a video. It's like about 3 minutes long.
Okay, cool.
So scientists, about 3,000 feet deep into the ocean off of California, found this weird googly-eyed squid.
And
there's like, there's an article I found about it. I've read a few different things about it. One of them was like, "Oh, cool! They found the squid that collects your soul after you die." And it's just this funny-looking squid.
Interesting. Whoa.
Yeah.
That looks cartoonish.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look real. It looks like a squeaky toy or something that you'd find at the store.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Konner, I'm deaf.
Oh, I didn't. Do you want me to play this? I muted it so it wouldn't overpower.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you wanted to play it right now. Let's do it.
Remember Puss in Boots from Shrek?
Yes.
Those beautiful black, like, googly eyes.
Antonio Banderas, right?
Exactly. That would draw you in. Okay, so scientists on California coast were in the bottom of the sea. They were in an exploratory vessel, and they saw something that looked like a child's toy, this little purple thing, and then they realized it's a squid that was just mesmerized by their
life.
Yeah,
He's like tripping balls down there.
it does.
It's like, whoa, dude, what the fuck is that?
On the seafloor, the little googly-eyed squids just got all these hard scientists to be like, oh man, turn into just some softies.
Cute
So
little guy.
they're cute. It kind of makes you question having calamari ever again. When you realize,
A bit.
yes.
Which means maybe we
That's
stop
so
by.
strange. That's its
Calamari is
eyes.
delicious.
That's
It is.
actually its eyes.
Delicious.
It's not like a pattern for like a
Yes.
defense
Bananas
mechanism
are
or something.
delicious, and bad news
Yeah,
for
the weird
banana
thing
lovers
is it
out
was
there.
just sitting
They may
still.
be going extinct.
It wasn't
Yeah.
trying
Scientists at the
to.
University of California, Davis, say that there's a 3 fungus
Oh,
complex
what?
called Sigatoka.
Bananas
Destroyed
going
all
extinct?
banana crops. Apparently, it's already destroyed 40% of banana output. And they're saying,
Sure, this wasn't sponsored by Chiquita.
they're saying this is a wake-up call
is
to
real
scientists.
scientists.
Listen, I'm in a panic, okay? I love bananas in all of my shakes.
I bet
like
you
them
love
just
bananas.
On their own. I make ice cream out of bananas,
Yep.
banana pudding, banana cream pie.
The banana peel challenge
Think of the that
would
people
go away.
flipping on the floor, nearly breaking their head. That's not so bad. Actually, that could be the one positive thing.
That's a bad idea. Have you seen L.A. Beast?
All right, so
Before?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you seen the video where he like coats his kitchen in butter
Take a look at this. So
and then tries to run across it with presents in his arms?
Yeah.
And he like breaks his toe off.
He fucked it up way hard.
He seriously like broke it off. And it was barely hanging on.
And also the other thing, as I look at that,
That's all right, fuck this video. It's going in all kinds of other shit.
Yeah, they're talking about other stuff.
Yeah,
We're here for the squid, damn it.
Was that like a compound fracture, like bones sticking out?
Yeah,
of-
he like snapped that fucking shit. I forget the details of it.
I bet.
But that was disgusting because he's like filming it afterwards. And then he's filming himself at the hospital, and then after it's sewed up and shit like that.
Oh,
It's
so
like, oh my god.
It showed it in that video?
Yeah, he showed it.
So YouTube's okay with way graphic shit, apparently, right?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
That
I don't know if they're necessarily okay with it.
I
But
bet that they've got some views on that one, that's for sure.
oh, yeah. LA Beast is very popular.
Yeah, he basically brought back
Crystal
Pepsi,
Pepsi.
like well, maybe not single-handedly, but he brought the awareness.
Thank you, LA Beast. I love Crystal Pepsi.
I saw one of those in a vending machine.
Really?
I don't really do a lot of soda, but I need to get one just for
Try
just
it.
to keep
It literally just tastes like Pepsi.
But it's just clear.
When you're if you're not looking at it, it's pretty much just like Pepsi. There's something just the tiniest bit funny about it, but it tastes like Pepsi. The problem is it's all in your head because you're looking at it while you're drinking it and it's clear and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Should be like Sprite.
Because it tastes like cola. So it fucks with your brain. Then you're like, okay, this has to taste weird. And now you're tasting it weird.
So here's the thing then. If it's clear, obviously they put dye in it to turn it brown.
Yeah, it's like a caramel color.
Why do they need to do that?
I don't know.
Why do we need to
I don't
eat
know. That's one
dyes?
question I've never thought of to answer, to look for an answer for is why if they color it that brown color.
Yeah.
That kind of amber color.
I think that I've heard that there's there's some bad effects of certain dyes like Yellow 5 Lake, like it's in all kinds of candy and shit.
Yeah.
I've heard that's like bad for you. Why do we need colors on our food? Why do we need pretty colors? Why don't we just
Because it makes you eat it.
have good, tasty food?
Like I'm naturally more attracted to a blue drink than I am to a green drink or to a red drink
Yeah,
or to a yellow drink. I'll go towards the blue drink first.
like a Mountain Dew Voltage.
No, voltage is bad.
What else is blue that's a
I like
soda?
for it depends on what it is. Like
Okay.
Code Red and Livewire are white out, and especially like Pitch Black. I'll prefer all those over Voltage. Just because Voltage tastes funny, but that's because I know how it tastes. My favorite soda is Jones Blue Bubble Gum, and it's this awesome electric blue color.
Oh, Jones soda. Yeah, shout out to Jones. I like those
I
bottles.
absolutely love Jones soda. That's my favorite soda. You know,
Yeah, it's like classics in a glass bottle.
cane sugar.
Cane
yeah.
yeah, just
And
good
they're real good. They
old-fashioned
have little fortunes underneath the caps.
shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they have a good amount of flavors. The problem is it's hard to find their soda a lot of places, especially Blue Bubble Gum. But they have a lot of good flavors, and they've had a lot of strange flavors over the years. They've had like the Thanksgiving pack where they had like a gravy soda and a turkey soda and a cranberry, you know. And then they've also had like the Valentine's Day pack where it had like Love Potion number, 6 or whatever the fuck the soda was called. Mm-hmm. And it was like a pink color, and then it had like boxers and some other shit in the box, you know. But they rarely release their full line of flavors, at least in the west side of the states here. It's hard to find it.
You know, I've seen it mostly at like Smith's / like Kroger grocery stores.
Smith's will have it. Macy's will have it.
Like hardly over Walmart. I don't think.
No, I've never seen it at Walmart.
So if you need to get some of that, and Jones, hit us up. Send us some fucking cases.
We'll start sending you some photos to put on your bottles.
Yeah, that's another cool thing.
Yeah, they put just anybody's photos if they like them.
Yeah.
There was a while, and like at Kent's Market, there also some place that sells Jones. And for a while, here we have, what is it? The Roller City Dolls or whatever the hell. It's a female roller derby team.
Yeah.
It's one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent like 3 or 4 of their pictures to Jones, and Jones put them on their bottles. Cool. And they did a limited run that they sent to us that were sold in that store.
Really?
So they had like the Roller Dolls logo on one of them, and then they'd have like some other pictures of like their matches of them playing.
Sure.
And stuff like that. That was pretty cool.
Wow. That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. They specifically sent them to Utah.
Yeah, they specifically sent them to us because it was our roller derby team.
I wonder if they sent them to the team as well. Like,
the Ogden. What the fuck are they?
Junction City Roller Dolls.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Junction City Roller Dolls.
Huh. That's cool. That's cool, Jones. Hell yeah, Jones.
And like every one of their pictures is numbered for what number picture it is on the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, picture number 800,000, whatever the fuck.
Sure. Does it say who submitted it as well?
Sometimes.
Put a name. Okay.
And it'll usually like say a state or whatever.
Oh, okay. John S. from Arkansas.
Yeah, it'll have that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the pictures could be fucking anything. That's usually find me in the store. Like if I find blue bubble gum, I'll be looking through the bottles. If there's a picture I don't like it in front, I'll be like, oh, what's the next one?
Sure. That's funny.
But yeah, it's like this awesome electric blue color.
Yeah.
And because usually blue things are a flavor that I like. I like blue raspberry, and I like generally whatever's blue is a flavor, an artificial flavor that I like. Mm-hmm. And green is probably my least favorite because it's usually apple.
You don't like the green apple?
I fucking hate apple flavored things. And of course, in Jones, green apple, and it's this electric green color.
Yeah, it's a bright one. Yeah, they have. Do they have a cotton candy flavored one? Or am I tripping?
They might have at one time, like for a run, like the like the holiday theme ones.
Okay.
But nothing that I know of.
Yeah, come to think of it,
they've had some fun flavors though.
Have you ever tried a bacon flavored soda?
I have.
I tried it.
It wasn't very bacony.
Yeah.
It was almost more like an orange soda, to tell you the truth.
What was it enjoyable?
It was okay.
Did you drink the whole thing?
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
Did you drink the whole thing?
I don't think so. I think I was like at somewhere. Like somebody was like, "Hey, try some of this." Like, okay.
Oh, okay.
It was the one that has. Oh God, excuse me. Has an old man on the front of the bottle.
Okay.
And I forget what the brand is. But yeah, I've had bacon flavored soda.
I tried one that was fucked up, and I couldn't take more. I'm like, all right, one sip. Oh fuck. Okay, maybe this next one's gonna be better. Oh, down the sink.
That's the definition of insanity, Konner.
Bacon soda. Well, I didn't know if I like really gave
repeating the same action, expecting a different result.
I wasn't expecting it to change flavor, but I'm like, maybe I perceive. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe I am doofus. But baking soda's fucked up.
Yeah,
so
baking soda's pretty bad.
Quit doing that.
Don't do that.
Don't make that.
Also, don't try PB&J soda. That one's pretty bad as well.
I mean, jam, that's a good fruity flavor, but peanut butter soda, that kind of stuff
in a carbonated drink just doesn't go right.
there's something like that should be illegal about that. Peanut butter soda.
I think Jones had a Christmas one too. There's like a candy cane flavored soda. And it's probably a mint one. I forget. There was something like that. Maybe a fruitcake flavored one.
Oh,
you don't like fruitcake?
No.
Fruitcake gets such a bad rep because of American fruitcake.
Oh, okay.
American fruitcake is bad. That's like a brick that you put in the top of your closet and you leave it there until every holiday season, then you bring it out and you put it on the table and you enjoy it, and then you put it back up and you enjoy that for like 20 years.
That can't stay good that long. Moldy. It's just part of the festivities.
Yeah. You don't even know. You just fucking put anything in those fucking, you have the different colored cherries, and then like you put some Skittles and some pretzels or something in it. Some just weird shit.
Skittles.
They're fruity.
Pretzels though. You went off the rails on the crazy train with the pretzels thing. Gnarly.
Okay, so that's that squid. Hopefully, I can convince you to put the picture of that squid on the thing. Maybe you can have your picture of the universe and take the squid out of the picture and put the squid somewhere in there. Put him floating in the universe, like those pictures of the cats in taco shells that have lasers shooting out of their eyes and they're in space.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I have the technology. I don't think I have any.
We can make him better.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have any Photoshop capabilities.
Oh, you don't even need that. You can cut him out. There's lots of online photo editors, and I forget now. I've used a lot of them. Some of them are really good, and they're free.
Oh, okay.
They're just on a website, and you use them that way.
Huh. I wonder, or should I just have it pop up while we're talking about it?
Yeah,
you
could.
That take the place of it for
yeah,
a
you
minute.
could do that.
Yeah.
Have that for the length of the squid.
Yeah. Could be. And then every time we say squid, then it pops up
squid.
It's up. It just flashes. No, that's too much work. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, come on. That'd be great.
Squid.
There's this fucking huge googly-eyed squid sitting there.
Giant purple fucking...
That would be so cool to have as a pet, I think.
Barney.
That would be a pet for me.
Of googly squid.
Like just this fucking retarded-looking squid.
Yeah, it turns out they're like poisonous, even if you look at them.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's like a basilisk. If just its gaze will kill you.
Yeah.
You have to look at it through a mirror, and even then, it petrifies you.
Not to mention fucking tooth. Didn't they have like gnarly poison in their teeth or some shit?
Some
like
squids
that?
have. They have like.
The basilisk.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was talking about.
Basilisk venom is one of the most destructive substances. It destroys everything. That's why it can destroy Horcruxes, because it can destroy it completely.
Yeah. Fuck that.
There's no stopping the basilisk venom.
Why do you even want
except
a basilisk?
Except with phoenix tears.
How do you get a phoenix to cry though? That's hard.
Well, they're intelligent animals. They'll do it for you.
Oh, okay.
But good luck finding a phoenix.
Sure.
Squid.
A wild phoenix appeared.
Yeah. Squids do have beaks.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is very weird. I always thought that was strange.
It's more like a butthole that can bite you.
Oh my god.
It just seems creepy. It's like kind of hidden, like where you think kind of butt would be. Right? I don't know. Here's a funny thing that's kind of like Idiot of the Week, but
sure.
I just didn't want to.
If anybody's even still listening at this point, if anybody got past the murder thing.
Yeah, we've had some turns, but that's what it's all
you're
about.
quite a trooper if you're still listening.
That's what it's all about. So, the funny thing, Louisiana floods destroy home of Christian leader who says God sends natural disasters to punish gay people specifically.
Yeah.
So, Christian, what's his name? Tom Perkins.
I've heard that name before.
Probably not in good,
no.
Reference.
Usually in vile
context.
rhetoric.
So he's the president of the controversial Christian group Family Research Council.
Yes.
He he described a deluge of near biblical proportions hitting his Louisiana home. During a broadcast on the group's radio station, he told how he and his family had to flee in a canoe. He said this is a flood. I would have to say of near biblical proportions. The whole world, according to the Bible, anyway, the whole world was flooded. This is just his fucking city. This
Yeah.
guy's a doofus. But he has a long and well-documented history of disparaging gay people. Writing on the FRC website, he said, while activists like to claim that pedophilia is a completely distinct orientation from homosexuality, evidence shows a disproportionate overlap between the two.
Oh my God.
It is a homosexual problem. He also claimed homosexuality is incompatible with evolution and is likened it to a drug or alcohol addiction. He said he added the most important thing that Christians can offer to homosexuals is hope. Hope that their sins, just like the sins of anyone else, can be forgiven and their life transformed.
I wonder if this guy has seen the new gameplay trailer for Agony. Because if there is a hell, for some fucking weird reason, that's where you're going for what you're doing.
Agony, what's that?
Agony is a video game. It's going to be released probably next year.
Ooh.
And the concept of Agony is you're a soul that's been thrown into hell. And now you're in hell and it's like a horror survival game.
Whoa.
So you're going through this super graphic fucking hell.
Sure.
And there are demons and shit and whatever the fuck, and there's all kinds of crap everywhere, and it's crazy. And you don't have any of your memory. And I don't know if you start to gain your memory. There's something about a red goddess and something like that, and it's strange, but it's very interesting to see.
Okay.
The visuals. It looks like an interesting video game.
Yeah, that sounds badass. Definitely, I mean, it's got to be graphic if it's
Yeah, check out Agony.
interesting. Sometimes I wish I had a computer that could run cool games like that. It's getting so fucked up. Like No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is so good.
I wanna play it, but I don't. I have to either buy a PlayStation 4 or a computer to play it, and then I'm gonna be gone for 6 months just playing that game.
No, you'll be gone for the rest of your life.
I'll close the curtains.
Just down here in the dark.
Yeah. On the hacker diet or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck. Quit my job to play it full time.
Yeah. Hey, let me become a No Man's Sky YouTuber.
Hey, you can make some money doing that. But anyway, this guy was an asshole, and it's really funny that he.
I like the title.
Yeah.
Floods destroy home of Christian leader who says God sends natural disasters to punish gay people.
Maybe there's something he's not telling us.
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you fucking shoving a dildo up your ass and putting yourself in 2 rubber suits and putting a ball gag in your mouth and hanging yourself upside down by a belt in your closet?
He's making himself a gimp.
That's funny. There was like I forget, he was like a Christian minister or something like that, or a priest.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody he was killed. He was died because he was found tied up with a ball gag in his mouth in 2 rubber suits with a dildo up his ass in his closet.
What?
He had some weird asphyxia.
He was wearing 2 suits?
2 rubber suits.
Yeah. 1 rubber suit wasn't doing it.
No, not
He just
enough.
couldn't get off anymore. Throw on an extra.
Or as Bill Maher said, what the Christian church says he died of natural causes. But
oh, he's funny. Oh Lord.
I like some of Bill Maher's comedy, but there's a lot of things I can't agree with him on. He's a bit liberal, a bit left wing.
Yeah, it's true. He did interview Gary Johnson though. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, he did.
Kind of gave him a fair shake, in my opinion.
What time are we at, Konner?
It's at least an hour and 40.
You
I
think?
can't see right now because I usually use my phone light to check.
Oh.
Because if I press a button, then it's going to affect certain levels.
Would we like to do
But
a
it
stumble
will
upon
illuminate it. Let's do one of those. Let's close it
and
down.
end up on the same porn site for the 3rd week in a row?
Hey, it actually left off where.
Wow, look at that.
Where we did.
Yeah.
That crazy salvia artwork.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's stumble fresh. This is let's stumble to the same thing. God damn it.
I like it. It stumbled to the same thing.
Okay.
New form of matter.
Whoa.
That can dent diamond.
Whoa.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't have my glasses on, Connor. So if you want to read this, or if you want to like zoom in on the.
So, so the one thing about this, you can't zoom,
Oh, Jesus.
which is lame. Basically, it says, what do you get when you take buckyballs, soak them in a particular solvent, and crush them under the pressure of more than 300,000 atmospheres?
A diamond.
The obvious answer is a bunch of crushed buckyballs, but a team of scientists that included University of Nebraska-Lincoln chemist Zhao Chengzheng has found
Nebraska.
that by using the right solvent at the right pressure, they created a new form of matter that they termed an ordered amorphous carbon cluster. It's so hard it can dent diamonds, the hardest known substance.
Wow.
Like diamonds, buckyballs are made of carbon. They're well-ordered cage-like structures. Well, we had some technical problems.
Squid.
Damn it, not again.
It got in here.
It
ruined everything.
It attacked us. Barely.
It fucking fried the computer.
I'm surprised we're still here to
fucking
talk
squid.
about it.
Just barely got away.
We're gonna
It's
take
like
that.
War of the Worlds.
We're gonna take that as a sign to probably wrap it up. So thanks for listening to episode 40, the big 40.
Yes, 40.
We're over the hill in terms of podcasts. And come listen next week.
Yeah, be safe out there.
Peace out, turkeys.
See you, Space Cowboy.